India's largest data breach involving debit cards went undetected for 3 months. How do these frauds happen? What do you mean by skimming of a card? Who is responsible for the lost money of people's now? What are the precautions you should take in case of these frauds? GS Paper 3, Cybersecurity. What is the context about? Card data of 3.2 million customers was stolen between 25th May and the 10th of July from a network of Yes Bank ATMs, managed by Hitachi Payment Services. It took 3 months for India's banking system to become aware of a large-scale data breach. The victims appear to have been people who used Yes Bank ATM network. Of the 3.2 million cards involved in the data breach, over 2.6 million belonged to MasterCard and Visa networks, and the remaining were from the Rupee network. The complaints of fraudulent withdrawal amount is 1.3 crores. How do these frauds happen? Frauds are possible if your card gets cloned or skimmed during transactions on point of sale, POS, terminals or automated teller machines. What is skimming of a card? It is a illegal collection of data from the magnetic stripe of a credit, debit or ATM card. This information, copied onto another blank card's magnetic stripe, is then used by an identity thief to make purchases or withdraw cash in the name of the actual account holder. Skimming works by replacing a card reader like an ATM with a hidden exactly imitated card reader. The counterfeit reader records all of the data on a credit, debit or ATM card as it passes through the skimmer. Who is responsible for the lost money of people's now? According to Reserve Bank of India, RBI, banks are responsible for security of the debit cards they issue. Hence, in case of any monetary loss on account of breach of security or failure of the security, the bank is liable to bear the loss. According to the RBI, if a transaction has taken place without the additional factor of authentication and a customer has complained that the transaction was not effected by her, the issuer bank will reimburse the customer. What are the precautions you should take in case of these frauds? There is nothing much a customer can do if the breach has happened at the bank level. To be safe in future, you can take precautions such as setting a limit on your card. Many banks allow you to set cash withdrawal limits and transaction limits. You can do it using net banking. Hence, you are exposed to only a limited amount of fraud. You should change your personal identity number every 6 months or as frequently as possible. RBI also mandates banks to send online alerts for all card transactions, so that a cardholder is aware of transactions taking place on her card. Update your mobile number and email ID with the bank to receive all transaction alerts.